and he cornered me for my first fight, and he was here, and he cornered me for my last fight. So that was pretty neat to have him. It was very special to me to have the guy that cornered me on my first one cornering me on my last one.
Great.
Thank you.
Let's get a round of applause for one hell of a career for Chris Reed. All right, now we're going to go to the co-main event, which was, I called it was going to be one of the best fights in bare knuckle fighting championship history. It lived up to that. 100% it lived up to that. It was a great fight. It was give and take the whole way. You know, Dat and Win came out on top. Johnny Bedford's getting stitched up. He's going to be back here in a few minutes. He does want to answer some questions, but I want to hand it over right now to Dat and Win. Dat, come on up here, please.
Excited to be called world champion after 20-some years in combat sports. You know,
That's right.
we had this plan 2 years ago when I drove to Tampa and sat down with David and said, I've been a boxer for so long, and I grew up doing combat sports, kickboxing, Kempo karate, and you know, I have a cool background. So you know, now that I'm a world champion, it opens up a lot of doors for me. But like I said, I'm a man of my word. I said what I was going to do and do what I was going to say. And I fought the best Johnny Bedford that was. You know, like you said, he was in the best shape possible, and he came to fight. And he surprised me a lot because I hit him so hard, and he stood right there and came right back. So, you know, like I said, I was going to be right in front of his face, and that's what I did. So I hope you guys were happy with the fight, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what this is all about. Heart, guts, and glory. That's what it takes to be successful in this sport. And this sports, BKFC, is going to be taking over all the other sports. This is the realest sports you can get. You know what I mean? I mean, I've been a fighter. I've been doing kickboxing and all the other sports. This is the toughest one I've been in. And when you get hit, it's nothing like it. But I want to thank you guys all for being here. Yes, that's it.
Any questions for Dat? Anybody got a question for Dat?
Hey, Dad, let me ask you. You see a lot of boxers crossing over to bare knuckles?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of fighters, when they see it on TV, they say they can do this and that. But trust me, when they step in there, it's a different game plan. You know what I mean? Like I said, Bedford, you know, underestimated me. He said, I train out of a restaurant. And he lives and trains in the gym. But guess what? He doubted himself. You know, like I said, I bring myself up to the level of my competition. And I knew Johnny Bedford was going to be tough. And I trained. And I make sure that I was going to be there. But like I said, I wanted Joey Beltran. So, you know, people a lot think I'm out of my head. But they haven't seen the best out of me yet. You know, today I rate my performance at only maybe 60-70%. Because I couldn't make the fight easy by, you know, using my elusiveness. But like I said, if you train by yourself, you can't bring the best out of you. So maybe now that I'm a world champion, you know, I'm gonna maybe set up a better training camp and not work all day and then train at night. You know, maybe 2-3 times a week. So that's my motivation now that I'm a world champion.
Anybody else? Any questions for Dat?
Yeah. What's it feel like being the champion?
I mean, this is, like I said, I strived 20-something years to be a world champion, and bare knuckle, it took 130 years for me to be called world champion. The oldest belt out there, you know, the Cosette belt has been sanctioned 130 years ago. I mean, that's the highest point you can get, and like I said, I'm honored to be called world champion and BKFC belt. You know what I mean? This is, in the future, that's gonna be one of the most respectable belts out there. This organization is going to be bigger than the UFC in the near future, because you know why? People like to see stand-up fighting, real fighting, toe-to-toe. And that's what true men do. True gentlemen men do. Fight toe-to-toe, standing up, not down there and doing. I mean, I respect all other sports, don't get me wrong. I grew up doing wrestling and all that. But true men earn respect, standing up, fighting each other toe-to-toe.
Yep.
Women too. Women too. My bad. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Let's give it up for the new 135-pound world champion, Dat and Win. All right, and then John, like I said, Johnny Bedford will be up here in a few minutes to be asking some questions. And now we're going to turn it over to the main event. one half of the main event. Right now, we're waiting for the other half. You know, she came in an underdog, and then when the odds went out, she was actually almost even money, and then a lot of money went on Paige, and then a lot more money went back on Britt, and it kind of evened it out again. Britt Hart, you know, I always said that she wasn't the most athletic person in the world, but as far as a woman fighter goes, she is. I mean, she's tough as nails. She had her teeth pushed back in the fight she had with Beck Rawlings, kept coming forward, lost a very controversial split decision, and here she is. She rose to the occasion, and you know, took on a favorite in Paige Van Zandt, who, you know, I think shut up a lot of doubters tonight as well, who said that, you know, Paige couldn't fight and Paige was this and Paige was that, and Paige stood up and fought her ass off. She fought very, very good. She just happened to run into someone that wanted it just a tiny bit more tonight and was a little bit tougher. I'm going to turn this over to Britt Hart.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I hope everyone wasn't really paying attention. I was just thinking, this is so unreal right now. So yeah, no. Gosh, guys, I really don't even. I know I talk a lot and say a lot, but I really just don't even know what to say right now. Besides, you know, I'm so thankful for the opportunity. You know, I know there was a lot of people. I wasn't the favorite. I was the underdog, and you know, I came out here to prove that I'm tired of being an underdog. And you know, if you work hard enough, you're able to do it. But it was no discredit to Paige. You know, and you know, it's just funny. I hope the boss man fixes my teeth again. So that would be nice. I started off with, you know, crooked teeth, and then Beck helped get them really straight. And Paige, credit to her, man. I've never been hit as hard as Paige Van Zandt hit, so I'll give her that. So everyone got it right. Whoever said that girl had power, they were not lying. That was the hardest I've ever been hit, and I've been hit by a grown man, unfortunately, a few times in my life, and they didn't even hit as hard as Paige Van Zandt did. So credit to her. So I had, you know, some big things for that wake up call, man. But yeah, I know she came in, and I know she was training her ass off, but you know, Feldman's right. Yeah, this is a dream, and he puts us on an equal level and an equal platform. You know, that's why I love it. But, you know, in boxing and MMA, sometimes it's a little different. Females get treated different. You know, we have in boxing, it's 2-minute rounds versus 3-minute rounds, and I love BKFC because they're all 5 rounds that are 2 minutes. We're all equals in there. We all can relate to that type of a fist fight. There's no, you know, this person has an advantage over it. I mean, it's just a pure, raw, combative sport, and you know, you have to see it, that you have to have a heart to do this sport. You have to have what it takes in here to make this happen, and fighters that have that, you know, win or lose, respect, getting in there. I mean, I hope Paige Van Zandt comes back, and I really hope she takes out some garbage. So, you know, I hope she has that for her. But anyways, no, I thank everybody again. I meant everything I said. I have to give a huge shout out to my coach Marcus Luck for, you know, really making the dog in me saw that inside fight, and I mean that's all heart and the dog out in me. And then I have to thank my coach Hoss who believed in me from a long time ago and said he'd always be there, and got my mind right and helped me, you know, rise to the challenge of being technical and having the skill that it takes. So I couldn't do it without them. You know, this is a whole thing, having mind, body, heart, soul, and they helped me do it. And you know, Chris J and Kevin Smith, I mean, people that believed in me from the very beginning. I can't thank you guys enough for letting me stand here. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. You know, not being sentimental or emotional. I'm ready for the belt. That's what's next. I know that question's coming, so I'm just gonna answer for you. I want that belt now. I'm ready. I'm 2-2 now. I've earned it. I've worked hard for it, and I think I'm ready for that title shot now. And that's what I want to be. I want to be BKFC. I want to rise to that challenge, and I want to be that fighter that can make it and set the new rules for combative sports.
Someone that said that she didn't know if she was going to be able to say too much. Anyway, do you guys have any questions for Britt? I know that somebody asked me earlier, are we going to make a rematch? Are we going to run this one back? I mean, I thought it was a very competitive fight. I think it's something that's very possible on the horizon. You know, we're going to talk to Paige's team. I don't think she's coming to this. But we're going to talk to her team and see if that's possible. But does anybody have any questions for Britt Hart? Dave?
Yeah,
Thank you. Hey, Britton, I thought it was a great fight. I thought definitely a rematch could be very organic with Paige, but also I thought Taylor Starling was the star of tonight. Do you see a fight, potential fight with Taylor in the future?
Honestly, you know, I love Taylor. Me and Taylor come from the same Women of the Carolina Fight Life that's over there that I forgot to say thank you to, that are here and just amazing. I couldn't have done it without them either. So we're part of that organization. They trained us to be fighters and dogs and never give up, and we know that. Taylor knew that coming into BKFC. You know, she looks to me for inspiration, but I look to her for inspiration too. So, you know, I think we both have what it takes. You know, I honestly think, you know, I would like that to be a fight that's later on and push it off as long as possible, because she is my friend and I do love her, but I know that we're both in this for the long haul, and I don't blame her for it, and I don't think that I'm any less of the challenge either. So I love Taylor. She fought her ass off tonight. She looked great, so she looked really good. So hey girl, one day.
Any other questions for Britt?
Hi, Brett. Were you able to get a snow globe for your daughter?
Oh man, you're good. I do get a snow globe for my daughter, and I have not yet. I will do it on the airport on the way back, but that is cool that you knew that. So thank you for reminding me to do that, which I wouldn't forget. But yes, I will definitely get her a snow globe. Boss man, I think that we need to come up with a BKFC snow globe and in honor of that. So I'm going to pitch that idea, and I want 20% of all commissions.
Snow globe. Got it. Any other questions for Britt? All right, congratulations to Britton Hart on a hard-fought victory tonight over Bruce Van Zandt. Now we're just going to bring it back to the now former 135-pound champion. He's now 5-1 in BKFC. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. He was going to stand there, he was going to bang it out, and he was going to fight his ass off, and that's exactly what he did. He ended up coming on the wrong side of the decision tonight, but I know he's going to be back because that's who he is, and this is Johnny Bedford.
I'm heartbroken, but it's not here to make excuses. Got the Zan race tonight. Started a little slower than I wanted to. Thought I squeaked it out, but again, I'm not making excuses. Hats off to that win. I just hope I get my rematch. I believe that belt should be mine. I want my shot to get it back. Again, no excuses made. It was a good fight. I appreciate everyone showing up. I hope you all enjoyed the fight. I'll be back for sure. It's heartbreaking, but I'll be back.
Any questions for Johnny?
How does it feel to outfought Dad? Did you enjoy it? Do you think he gave you a war?
Yeah, I knew Dad was obviously a great fighter, and he brought the best out of me, and I brought the best out of him. I thought it was a great fight. I really want a rematch. I thought it was squeaky close. I truly believe I thought I won that fight. It was close. It's a Florida boy, Florida judges. I'm not here to make excuses. He got his hand raised tonight. I'll be back, that's for sure. Yeah, that's about it.
Any other questions for Johnny?
I got one. Who just said that? So, who said that?
We're good, let's move on.
So, how does it feel to lose to Dad?
It sucks.
Right.
It's a shitty question, but it sucks.
What is a true question? I appreciate you answering it.
Anybody else got any questions?
I don't mind answering. It sucks.
That's right.
It sucks. I thought I won the fight.
No.
And we'll do it again. My social media is going nuts. A lot of people, I think they thought that I won the fight as well. But he came to fight, and I came to fight, and I hope we at least entertained them.
Anybody else got anything
Great fight. All the fighters out tonight. Johnny wants to rematch Dad. What are your thoughts?
Oh, my thoughts? I mean, I would love to do it again with him. You know, we went to war today. We made BKFC went viral. Like I said, I knew what was ahead. Johnny was a warrior, and he was even a stronger warrior in there than I expected. Like I said, I landed some great shot, and he landed some great shot on me, and it was a war. So, like I said, we can do it again.
Any other questions for Johnny?
No, I just have a question about the whole thing. I mean, because I've noticed that it's like, it's almost grappling,
Yeah, that's part,
clinching. Why do you have to do that?
that's part of the
It's
game.
part of the sport.
That's part of the rule set.
Any other reporters have a question for Johnny Bedford? Not dad's family members.
Good job. It's hard to knock you out. You did good job.
Okay, we're gonna wind this down, and does anybody have any questions for myself before we go? You guys are all good? Thank you so much. This was an, sorry.
I got a question. Dave, do you want to put the rematch on?
I think it's a great fight to put on. I mean, look, I said it was gonna be one of the best fights in BKFC history. It delivered, so of course I would wanna put it back on. All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate all the support of all the media. You know, write some good stuff about us. Have a good night, guys.